Now, Target has lost a lot of money, 11 consecutive quarters of loss. Now, I'm going to play this. I'm going to give my perspective on what I think is wrong with Target. Target is a job. I used to work at Target a long time ago. Long time ago. I was like, I don't know, 17, 18, something like that. Right out of high school. I think I worked for Target for, I don't know, maybe a year. But Target was a different place, different time back then in the late 90s. But times are changing. And again, how people spend their money is changing.
In this morning's Money Watch, Target is changing CEOs. The retail giant has not been doing well lately. It's starting to feel the impact of President Trump's tariffs, and it's also getting backlash for reversing its diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Jolene Kent looks at the change at the top and what it could mean for shoppers. Jolene, good morning.
Vlad, good morning. Target has been struggling for years. The stock has dropped more than 25% since January. That's why CEO Brian Cornell is stepping down. He'll be replaced next February by COO Michael Fidelki, a 20-year veteran at the company, tasked with turning things around.
The big shakeup at Target comes as customers are turning away. After 11 straight quarters of slowing sales, profits have dropped nearly 20% compared to last year, while other retailers like Home Depot and La-Z-Boy have missed sales expectations. Companies say President Trump's tariffs and the trade war have begun to drive up prices of certain goods.
What does the situation at Target tell you about the health of the American consumer?
Target's retail results show one thing: consumers are under stress. And when you're under stress, you try and make your dollar go a little further. Unfortunately, if you're looking for low prices, Target isn't your first destination.
Consumer confidence in the economy has dropped 5 out of the last 7 months. Despite that, Target ended its price matching program in July as it faces intense competition from Walmart, Amazon, and Costco.
Is Target a casualty of the tariff situation?
I think all retailers are suffering from tariffs and the impact on margins. Whether they're passing it on or not is still early to say.
And the company said customer backlash to its decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion programs this year has also hurt sales.
The backlash to Target's DEI retreat was real, and it really impacted the retailer in Q1. Same-store sales were down 4%, and they lost over $12 billion of market cap.
Do you think Target can win them back?
Target can win them back. I think it has to return to some of its core basics.
Yikes. 12 million bucks. So the boycott, again, I talked about the boycott earlier this year in relation to the DEI situation with Target. I think that honestly, I wasn't big on the boycott. I don't think it really made a big difference, and the DEI program did not negatively really affect black people per se, but we were the main ones supposed to be boycotting Target. But I think bigger than that, I think Target has had an issue. 11 straight quarters. We're talking about nearly 3 years of downslide. And I think that Target's main problem is that they cost too damn much. That's really what it comes down to. The prices are high. And it's like, why would I go to Target? When I go to Target, I'm like, I don't even go to Target. But when I do go to Target, I don't know the last time what I bought from there, but everything's expensive. Why would I go to Target? It's almost like if there's a Walmart in the vicinity, I'd rather go to Walmart. It's just the prices are just better. It just comes down to that. What am I paying for? Target was always, they remind me of like a CVS, CVS, Walgreens. Some of these places, it doesn't really make sense. And they're dying because the prices are too high, and there are things that you can really get on Amazon or Walmart. And I think it's going to be it's just part of the retail death and the retail shrinkage that's happening in the market. But Target in and of itself is a big store that doesn't really offer, to me, it doesn't offer any incentive to go. Why am I going to Target? The clothes are not great. If you remember, if you're not from Illinois, you may not know of Marshall Fields, but Marshall Fields is gone now, but Marshall Fields was like almost like you can compare it to like a Neumann's, not Neumann's, but Newman's. Is that Newman's or Newman's? Newman's or Neumann's? I don't know. No, My bad. Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus. That's what I'm talking about. Neumann is a whole nother thing. That's an audio thing. But Neiman Marcus, that's what I'm thinking about. So it's kind of like you could compare it to like a Neiman Marcus or Macy's, if you will, right? So Target is like, why are you really going there? And I think that Target should rebrand itself and work on lowering prices if they can. I don't know. They might just have to shrink a little bit. I think maybe there should be less Targets and maybe they can reduce prices by shrinking their footprint. But I don't see the reason to go to Target. I really do not. I don't see it. I mean, there was a time, like I said, I worked there years and years ago when I was getting out of high school. And there was a time where they had a great music section. The clothes was always trash to me. I don't know why anybody would buy clothes from Target, but dang, it's just me. But they had a great art. They had a great music section, electronic section. They also had a lot of automotive, and they had the home stuff, home supplies, houseware, if you will, like brooms and a lot of decorations and little stuff like that you buy for the house. Those things, and again, Target and Home Goods, that's what long before Home Goods came along, Target was selling that stuff. So Target, Home Goods, that type of stuff, people would go to Target for that stuff too. But it's like now, again, you can get a lot of stuff online, and why are you going to pay more at Target? It just doesn't make sense. So anyway, I think that Target needs to shrink its footprint. I don't think bringing back DEI is going to save Target by any means. I don't think the DEI, I think that, again, people decided to boycott Target. Target's just one company of many who decided to cancel its DEI initiative. But again, DEI, I don't even want to get into it, but the people who's supposed to benefit from it, quote unquote, and the people who's supposed to be boycotting from it, I didn't see any decrease in black employment at Target or an increase during DEI. If y'all know better, tell me wrong. But I think all of that is just mumbo jumbo for the fact that Target just is becoming obsolete in the retail space, and that's just part of it. And again, I think CVS, what's the other one? Rite Aid. These places are marked up high, and I think that they're going to have a hard time in between the dollar stores and the Walmarts and the Costco's and Amazon. It's only a matter of time for a lot of those places. So their days are numbered. So